And we're back. Here we go again. So we're going to do again a little bit of review, reminders, and then let's show you a couple of new things. And so this is actually what I'm going to call April number 1 because we're going to get into the April homework page. So if you haven't downloaded it, you'll need to download that and print it or use it, just put it on your computer screen or whatever you're using so you can read along and play along with us. Don't forget to do that, and then don't forget you can send me tests via video anytime you'd like. I just received one, in fact, in between taping this. So we got that. All right, so I'm going to show you a couple new things here in a little bit, but let's do a little review. And let's start by warming up by playing the front page of March. No explanation needed. Let's do it. 1, 2, ready, go. Three, 4. Four. Should be getting easier and more like when you first play songs that are hard, it's not really fun. And then when you get really good at them, it's like, you want to play them for everybody. And I want to remind you, I call them private concerts. If you do end up, getting to see grandma or somebody, make sure you play a concert for them. Play some of the songs that we know, play the songs you know really well. You're doing really well, and so sometimes you don't realize how good you're doing until you play for other people and they go, wow, you just started this year? That's amazing. And you really are doing really well, so keep that up. All right, we're switching over to the back side, and we're going to review our 3 key signature songs. So real quickly, let's do this, and we're looking at the first key signature song is 101, and the question I would ask is, what does that key signature tell you? Tell somebody, show somebody. And then you would go through the whole thing of whatever you need to say, and you need to be able to say that on each one of these. And when everything's written in, make sure you double check, make sure you do your fingers, and then let's play it. Here we go. Number 101. 1, 2, 101, go. Good. And I just now noticed as I was playing the reminder that's written below there, the hardest part of new notes is reading them. Absolutely. Playing them is not that big of a deal, but checking where you really can, in the middle of a song, when you see that note, you know exactly which one it is. It takes time. And then it says the hardest part of key signatures is remembering them. And you check at the beginning, yeah, I know what it is. And then you get about 4, 5, 6, 7 measures long, and you go, oh, what was it? What was it? And I tell my students all the time, adults and professionals do this all the time too. You're playing music, and sometimes our songs are pages and pages and pages long, and you forget. And so the trick is adults get where they can go, whoops, what is that note? And they can glance back at the beginning and look at the key signature and come back and keep playing without stopping. So you think, oh, they never forget. Oh yeah, we forget all the time. But it's just one of the things, we've just gotten faster at it so we can check it and then keep playing. So don't worry about it. If you make a mistake, mark it if you need to. Just get better, and as you can get better at remembering it. This sort of a song, we can do that. All right, 100 key signature, tell somebody, show somebody. That would be all B's are all F's are A's and E's, F's and C's, whatever you need to know. Make sure you check your fingers so you can tell somebody what it would be. And let's play 101. 1, 2, 100, go. Right? Good. By the way, guess what we're going to do with the next video? We're going to play those without stopping too. Anyway, here we go. Oh, and also, by the way, shout out to Mr. Scholl. Mr. Scholl's the one where I got that idea from. I'd never done that until Mr. Scholl said he was having students playing 2 and 3 songs together. That is fantastic. If you want to review your first 7 notes, go to February, play the front page without stopping. If you can do that, you know February and the first 7 notes. You go to the beginning of March like we're doing right now. If you want to make sure you know your first 9 notes and key signatures, you play the front side of March. It's fantastic. Love it. So shout out to Mr. Scholl. There. Here we go. S number 1, key signature number 3, tell somebody, show somebody. All B's are blank, all F's are blank, all A's and E's are blank, all F's and C's are blank. Make sure you know it. Make sure you can show somebody. Make sure you can tell somebody what position it's in or whatever it is. Here we go. S number 1. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. So that should be review now rather than hard and difficult. And again, that's the March page. We are good at that. We're now going to use that as our warm-up page, review page, but now we're moving on to something new. Now, the first thing you notice as we get to the April page is, guess what? We've already done 84 on our review part there, so we're not going to do that. But if you were just playing this page only, obviously 84 is a great place to start because it's the March test. If you haven't passed it, don't be afraid to send in a video, get that passed. And then we have 86 and 88. We've talked about that, and let's play those. So here we go. Let's play 86 and 88 without stopping. Let's do it. 1, 2, ready, go. 3, 4. You should be able to play that pretty well. You can split it up. You can, remember like we talked about, find the hard parts, go over them, break it up into pieces. Whatever you need to do it over and over until you can do the whole thing without stopping, and that's when you can start doing the tally marks right there. All right, number 80. Again, we've done this a bunch of times. Accents, first and second ending, second time through, skipped ending 2, all that stuff that we've talked about. Here we go, number 80. Oh, and by the way, I've been ignoring these gigantic C's here. For if we were doing a concert coming up, these would be the songs that we're going to be planning on playing at the concert as a general rule. Sometimes we add different ones, sometimes we take them away, but you want to make sure you got those C songs going on there as part of our prep for concert. Here we go. Number 80. 1, 2, 3, 1. Ready. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. Good. So you should be pretty good at that one. The only thing you'll probably is keep working on the dynamics. Try to get the quieter, the quiets, the pianos a little bit more and more and more and more so there's a separation. Don't try to make the louds louder. We're plenty loud. Let's get quieter and quieter so we have a little more separation on that. Accents, working on the accents and the navigation. 81. This is one last time we split into a round. So let's do this a couple of different ways. One, let's just play it straight through once just to practice it together. And then we'll do it as a round with just you and me. All right, here we go. By the way, we'd call that a 2-part round. But right now, let's just do it one time without stopping. 1, 2, 81, go. Good? Again, we've been playing that a while, but now the trick is, of course, playing your part. When I'm playing my part and you're playing your part, they're different, but we've got to keep the same tempo and they'll stay together and it'll sound really good. So this time I'm not going to point like I did last time, and I'm just going to play through the song twice. When I get to measure 3, I'll go bam, and that means your turn to then play, and you start and play it 2 times as well. All right? So this is going to be a 2-part round. I'm playing part 1, you're playing part 2. You wait till I get to measure 3, and then you start and play 2 times without stopping. Here we go, let's try it. You might even bring mom, dad, or somebody in to watch you play this and say, hey, we're doing a 2-part round with a video. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 2 times, ready, go. Bum, 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 bum. All right, did you do it? Did you figure it out? If you can, it's going to be so much fun when we get 4 parts going on. But right now, just making sure you can play your part and hold what we call hold your part without it falling apart. All right, let's do a couple of new things today. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn to page 23 in the red book. And you'll notice here, we've already learned this new note that you have up here on the top left corner on number 92, but we showed it with the new key signature, but now we're going to show you where it is in the book and show you where you can learn some other songs. So kind of like some bonus songs coming up here. Number 92, we have the new note for trumpets, F sharp, second finger, clarinets, F sharp, first finger, trombones, E natural, which is second position, baritone, second finger, flutes is that weird what we call funky E. It's like take an F, thumb, 1, 2, 3, 4, pinky, and then just add an extra finger there. So you have one sticking up, and it's what we call funky E, but it's just like an F and add a finger. F, add a finger. That's E natural, or regular E. Bells is the white E next to the E flat. I think I covered, saxophones, and it's the C sharp, nothing, right? So play that new note there in the yellow box on number 92, sounds like this. Got it? All right, now let's take a look at in song number 92, they don't give you a key signature, they just write in whatever notes you need there, right? So we got the key signature written in there for number 92. Let's play this one. This is not very hard. We've already done that note on that second key signature song we did, 100, which is, by the way, on the back side of this is song number 100 and 101 with the key signature written in. I just put them in a different order for teaching purposes. Here we go, 92. Let's play this. 1, 2, 92, go. I even made a mistake on that. Anyway, you'll notice that it sounds a lot like 100 when we play. It's the same beginning of that, so I always get kind of mixed up when I start playing those two. All right, here we go. So that's 92. Gives you another song to play there. And then number 93 is a song called Ara Lee. Famous song, and actually Elvis Presley did a version of it in the 1950s, was very famous, but it's a great fun song to play. Now, you could read it off of in the book here, but you could also then go to what we have on our April homework page down at the bottom, number 93. And then we have some reminders here. I give you that new note again on the second one there. I also put in some little asterisk stars so you can go, oops, there's a bunch of those F sharps or E naturals or C sharps in the song. And we can do this, So I'm going to play straight through it. There are some slurs. There are some things there, but let's just give it a shot straight through, and I think you'll find you can actually do it. Remember last time we talked about how songs are repetitive or they repeat sections? If you take a look at the first 4 measures and the second 4 measures, guess what? They're the same. Many songs have repeating sections like that. So if you can play the first 4 measures, you got the whole song. Here we go, number 93. 1. Oh, actually, you know what? Play the first 4 notes to make sure you get that key signature note right. First 4 notes of 93. Ready, go. It's a little bit weird to get used to. Flutes, this makes it a little easier for you to go from F, E, F. That's a little easier to do there instead of the funky E that we talk about. All right, now let's do the whole song. 1, 2, ready, go. I actually added a little part of a slur there. If you notice right below there, it says, just for fun, try slurring the entire song. Anytime you have a song where the notes continually change, you can actually slur them. Just like number 82, we did on number 82 for those of you who were in the class when we did that. But let's try this just for fun. We're going to play it again, and we're just going to slur the whole song without stopping. Now remember, trombones, officially you can't really slur. Now Jack is out there arguing with me right now. I know you are, Jack. But we can show you a version of that. But as far as real slurring goes, that's what everybody else does who has keys that actually move. Here we go, 93, whole song. Slurring. 1, 2, ready. So it's kind of fun. Just has a different feel to it when you do it that way. Nice and pretty. All right, so turn over in the back. Let's play straight through Sawmill Creek one time, and then I'm going to give you guys a couple of new things right at the end before we finish up today. All right, we've done all the explanation. If you don't know this one, go back to the video for video of band class at home number 2, and we're not going to go through that. Right now we're going to do this. The only thing that's different is, if for everybody but the drums, your first 2 measures, instead of having a whole rest and a whole rest, they now have a line and a number 2 on top. We call that a multi-measure rest, and they're great because you can imagine if you had a song that had whole rest, 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 whole rest. It's real easy to get lost. Instead of they just squeeze it all together and put an 8 on top and said just rest for 8 measures. And I wrote in what we do is to keep track of this. The first beat of every measure, we say what measure we're on, and then 2, 3, 4, and then we go on. So if we did 8 measures of rest, and by the way, I teach you to use your fingers at the beginning. So we go, if we're doing 8 measures of rest, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, measure 7, 2, 3, 4, measure 8, 2, 3, 4. But instead of saying measure, we just say the number there, right? So in this case, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to start playing. Don't forget that we have to go from the hard parts, and so if I would go through and review that, and then skip from measure 5 to measure 7, and let's do that one. I think the other ones you can kind of do measure 14 and 15. That was another hard spot. How's our time going? Oh, you know, we got time. Let's do this. So let's review the hard spots and then we'll do it straight through. So we're going to do measure 4 on Sawmill Creek. 1, 2, measure 4, and go. That was a little fast. Let's slow down just a little bit. Measure 4. Ready, go. One more time. Measure 4. Ready, go. Measure 6. Measure 6. Ready, go. Yeah, that one's pretty easy. Now, let's do 5 and skip to 7. That's a trickier one. 5 to 7. Ready? Go. Yeah, that's a little trickier. One more time. 5 to 7. Ready? Go. Yeah? All right. And again, all these, if you have trouble with one of them, do it over and over. When you can do it, then you can put it all together. Let's go to 14 and 15. We'll do it a couple of times. 14 and 15. Ready, go. 14 and 15. Ready, go. Yeah? All right, so we can now do the whole song. And it's a lot easier on the April homework page because you can see it now condensed. We get rid of the piano part. It's a lot easier to see. So don't forget the counting the multi-measure rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, play. Okay? All right, let's do All of Sawmill Creek. Here we go. All of Sawmill Creek. All right, let's start with the counting. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. Back to 3. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. Here's 18. Ready, go. All right, now keep playing that one. It gets easier as we go through there. A couple things I forgot to do as we did that one. If you look right above there, it says key check. Talking about key signature check. It says show tell what this key signature means. And we talked about that. Make sure you can tell somebody, show somebody what that means. And it says check play measure 4 note 1. And you'll see this in 6th grade a lot, where we'll say, before we start a song, we'll say, okay, find this measure and this note, and then everybody plays it to make sure that we all really got that right note. Sometimes kids go, oh yeah, I got it. And then they play things like, well, that's ugly, because they got the wrong key signature. So make sure you get the key signature right. Down at the bottom, it says solo / group song ideas red book. Now, hopefully we get to do a concert this year, but at your next concert, no matter when it is, you'll get a chance to do a solo or play with a small group, just maybe your friends. And it doesn't matter what instruments they are. You know, a trumpet can play with a flute, can play with a drum or whatever. But you'll see some song ideas there of good songs. Sometimes we play songs like number 84. We play it a lot, but it's not a song that anybody knows. They wrote the song just as a test. So 84 is not a great song to play at a concert necessarily, but you see some good ideas going all the way through there, going way back to I guess November, maybe December, homework pages. And then at the end, of course, there's the alpha songs, which of course are good. But you don't have to play an alpha song to impress people at a concert. Any song you can play really well sounds better than a hard song you can't play really well. So make sure as you're thinking about that, you know, call your friends and say, hey, what song do you want to do? And then you can start working on that together so you can play that at the concert. All right, one last thing. I just want to start showing you this. We're going to be going through and we're going to be showing you some things to get you ready for 6th grade. And everybody needs slightly different things. So snare drums, that 16ths and rolls page, if you don't have it, download it, start working on that. You can do that, 6th grade's easy. Clarinets, if you can do that clarinet, superstar clarinet page, you're in great shape. Flutes, trombones, brass, trumpets, trombones, baritones, or flutes, we've got to really work on be able to play low notes and high notes. So let me give you guys a couple things as we leave today. Flutes, if you'll turn to 128 in your red book. Trumpets and everybody else look at 112. You'll see this on the May homework page, but I want to go ahead and introduce it now because the sooner you start playing higher and lower notes and getting used to that, the better. Right, so real quickly, let me do the flutes first, and then I'll do the brass, and then we'll finish up for the day. So the rest of you can go ahead and sign off if you want. Flutes, look at 128. Look at the second note of 128. The second note is an F. That's obvious. Well, the first note is also an F. It's just a low F, right? That's like, well, anyway. So you look at measure 2. The second note is a G. You know that. The first note is also a G. So measure 1, it's a low F, then a high F. Measure 2, low G, high G. The next one is regular A, low A, high A natural, and then low B flat, high B flat. And what we're doing is, it's the same fingers every time. F, thumb, 1, 2, 3, 4, pinky, F, F, and then just go to G, 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 A natural, A, B flat, and then it switches. B flat, A, G, G, F. And being able to play high and low on those is really good. Now, it has it as a slur. And so today I just want to play it for you one time. And if you want to try or follow along, just remember, measure 1 is both Fs are the exact same fingers. We just change how we blow. Okay? So here we go. So this is 128 for flutes, and then brass we'll get to you guys on 112. Here we go. 128 for flutes sounds like this. And so there's a variety of tricks that your teachers probably showed you, but like changing your air string from low to high, pushing that bottom lip out. But again, the main thing is making that hole smaller is going to, just getting the pressure there is going to make the hole smaller, make the note pop up to a high C, or high B flat. Go check the high note tricks on March. All right, trumpets, trombones, baritones. Yours is very similar. We got all these notes in there, measure 1, but they're all the same position or fingerings. Baritones and trumpets, let's do you guys first. Measure 1 and 2 is all open. Open, 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 open. And then it's going to be, the next 2 measures are going to be all second finger. Second, 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 second. And then first, 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 first. The last 2 measures you just got to play. Okay? Open, 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 open. Second, 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 second. First, 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 first. And then change the notes as you go to finish it up. Trombones. Yours is all first position, first position, first position, first position, first position. The next 2 measures, all second, 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 third, 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 third. And the last 2 measures, you just got to play what's written. Okay? So let me play this for you guys one time. And if you could, I would play this every day, multiple times until it gets easy. Also, this is slurred. This is slurred. Trombones, you can do this slur, yay. But this is all slurred. And if you have trouble with that, start with tonguing at first. Tonguing makes it a little easier. But I'm going to go ahead and slur it. So this is 112. 1, 2, ready. Right? So that's a real important thing. We call them flexibilities, being able to play low to high, super easy, and it's going to help you play all these different notes. Okay? All right, so keep working on that stuff, and we'll come back and we'll do April, and we'll actually show you a couple of new things on number 4, right? All right, have a great day. See you, bye.